Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am here with Sound of the Wind. I'm at race 60 and you will get the Furai at race 80. This is when things start to get a little more interesting. That's why I'm starting here. Let's go racing. First of all, I don't have my cars all set to max, even if some of them are ready to be maxed. Particularly the Vuhl is one of the weaker cars for practically everybody. And that's not really a surprise. So the Porsche here, even though I do have it maxed for showdown purposes, what I did is I installed stage 5s, fusions, and also the one stage 6 I already won from the event, which is nitrous. So we're going to go ahead and run it this way. Let's see if I run into any trouble from here to the end where retuning or anything else is needed. So with that being said, let's add a little background music and let's get the races on. The Porsche itself, again, only has stage 6 nitrous. I think I need to give it just a little hair of a delay before I hit third gear and nitrous. With the fully max car, instant nitrous and then instant second, 1600 RPM third, and then off you go. With this car, it's a little different. Ooh, here comes a challenge already that's red. Let's see which car. These are probably speed traps, which are what really get people stuck right near the end here. Which car is it? 288 in the quarter mile. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's 288 in the quarter mile. Ooh, 286, very close. Okay, so I could probably retune to get it to 288, but instead of doing that, let's go ahead and see if we can't do a better job with a little bit different pattern here. Because I have enough nitrous. Whoops. Did you see the mile per hour drop when I shifted? So let's go ahead and write out that gear. Looks like it's what I need to do. Alright, let's try again. I'm going to try different techniques here because that's usually what happens when you're trying to get through these mile per hour traps. Boom, done. So skipping to the top gear and then a little bit later on the nitrous generally will get you a better speed trap. So that'll do the job right there. Did not need to retune, and this is on nitrous stage 6 only, which nitrous stage 6 tend to be good for speed traps. Okay, this one is a speed trap with the AMG Black Series. This car has only missing intake and turbo stage 6, so this won't even be a challenge. In fact, I suspect I can even pull it off without nitrous. Done. Obviously, if your car's not as upgraded for this one, again, you're probably going to want to use nitrous all the way to the right, a little bit later. You can always lower your final drive or increase the numerical final drive so that the top gear ends where you want to go for mile per hour. Here comes the next one. This one is a 226 with the Vuhl. The Vuhl really shouldn't have a problem with it. This one's running body stage 6, has decent amount of fusions, including most of the epics, but it is missing some fusions. And again, the Vuhl does not have a problem with speed traps up to this mile per hour. Now, when the later one comes that's like a higher mile per hour, we'll have to see. That may require a little work. Okay, so that is race 64. And race 65 is when we lock in the Huracan GT3 Evo, which I already have. GT3 Evo, what am I saying? Right, so I have that. I'm going to lock it in. This is a stage 5, I believe, full fusion. So let's take a look, see how hard this is. Shouldn't be difficult. Right, here we go. NSX is fully maxed. That's my kind of car that I'm going to use to buffer my races so that it increases my chance of being able to get through all the relays. The good news is most of these T5 cars are actually pretty good in the quarter-mile sprints. So these relays may look hard, but they're actually a little bit easier than you may think. Particularly, you know, when you don't have fully maxed cars, you can also retune them specifically for quarter-mile. Not that it's really needed if you have at least enough upgrades in this case. I find most of these actual challenges outside of the speed traps and maybe the last few races usually are not super difficult. And this is not going to be a tough relay. The computer's already saying it's going to be easy. Okay, AMG GTR. I mean, Black Series. I keep saying GTR. It is an AMG GTR Black Series, but okay, easy peasy. Last two cars coming up. Okay, let's get through with the Porsche. And finally, the Lamborghini. This Lamborghini looks great, but unfortunately, from what I can tell so far, it does not really get that great when it comes to gaining points, evolution points based on upgrades. You know, it may prove me wrong down the line once I have more time to play with it, but as of right now, I'm kind of chalking it off as a future dust collector, unless it somehow changes and gets better, you know, as you play with it. Okay, so getting closer to the end here, starting the first of the Lamborghini races. Again, almost all these are relatively easy from what I can tell. Okay, here we go. All these recent cars, if you haven't noticed, have basically a very similar set of shift patterns where you want to get out of first gear relatively quick or instantly, and then it's like nitrous second or third or fourth, whatever. It's almost a guaranteed thing with these new cars. So I'm not saying that the developers are getting a little lazy here, but certainly we're seeing way more very similar patterns with these cars than the old cars, where many of them have more unique patterns. But you know, they're putting out events so fast that I'm really not surprised that the cars don't have as much unique personality when it comes to their shift patterns or their tuning. Okay, gold keys, always nice. I'm sure it'll give me a nice 3-star car I already have. But you still want them because there are quite a few events in this American series. Hopefully these gold keys will actually pay off for some of us when we're missing that particular car that needs the gold keys. But I'm not really holding my breath. Okay. For example, we have a Trinity type cup coming up, which uses the 3 cars. That is the FXXK Evo, the TS1, and I think the third car is the well, skipping my mind now that I'm thinking about it, but it's another car that not everybody. Oh, the Chiron Pure Sport, which was a gold key pole that those of you who did not get lucky the first time around when it was available wouldn't have it. But some of you who had that one probably already went far enough with the car and built it because you needed a prize car from it. The same goes for the TS1. It was a milestone car, so a lot of people have it, but you know, how built do you have it? Do you have it ready for the event? Who knows? FXXK Evo was a prize car from another Evolution Cup from way back. That car is probably the one that newer players, the least number of newer players would have, because that event goes back pretty far. But I think you've had at least 2 chances to obtain that car, because it was used later on for something. I can't remember what, but there was a gold key chance to pull that too. So what I do know is on my second account, which is 3 years old, I don't have the Pure Sport or the FXXK Evo. So that tells you something. That's where extra gold keys probably will come in pretty handy. I'm not sure exactly how these cards are going to be offered to us, but time 20 chance gold key pulls probably will come up as a likelihood. Oh, okay, another extreme race. Ooh, let's take a look here. Okay, race 71. This is probably with the Vuhl, because I know that's my weakest car in the arsenal, but I could be wrong. And it is. It is. The good old Vuhl here is going to be facing an extreme challenge. I think a lot of people are complaining getting stuck at this point. Let's see if I can get through. It's certainly going to be real tight. Okay, made it. Now, this Vuhl is running Stage 6 body, which happens to be the strongest Stage 6. Although it's not full fusion, it is still enough to push it under this 10.361 that is required. Again, a lot of people with the Vuhl is getting stuck right here on this race. And unfortunately with this car, you just need more parts. Without the parts or some Stage 6s that gives you a nice drop, you just can't get past that race. There's nothing you can do about it. Yes. This one's going to be easy for me. The reason I think you should have a pretty fully upgraded AMG GT3 Black Series is because in order for you to have that Porsche, you would have had to done the Evolution Cup with this car for the ring, and your car should be max or close to max just to make it through that. That's why I did not set this car back to Stage 5 only, because I suspect most of you who are getting this far in the Sound of the Wind event already has basically a fully maxed version of this car. Okay, 3-car relay. Again, these relays have all been showing up as easy so far. We'll see how it goes. Now for the Lamborghini, for Stage 5s, I didn't put any fusions in, or at least I didn't put the Epic fusions in. I'm trying to save those for a future Lamborghini, because I'm not thinking this one is really worth it. But, you know, it is the Apex Showdown car if you were pushing for that. I mean, $399 paid crates for a car that I'll probably never use again. No, thank you. Okay, so that's why I'm not going for Stage 6s on the GT3. If it gets forced into another event down the line in the series, I'll think about it at that point. But right now, I just don't see this being worthwhile investment. Okay, Porsche doing okay. And finally, the Lambo. Here we go. I used nitrous in third. Probably fourth is better. Low wheel spins, but who knows? But it's good enough for getting through so far, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. Alright, let's pause for a second and add some gas, and then we'll come right back to it. Well, actually, you know what? I'll just add the gas. Oh wait, it's not letting me. I find that the sometimes the add gas button gets stuck. Your best option is to basically hit the money button. Okay, and then go back. Oh. It's that time of the day. Collect your daily. But it kicked me back to garage, but now I should be able to go right in and get my gas added. And we'll run right back and get back into it with the Furai. Let's get right back into this. We're at race 74. The end is in sight. Let's get it done and collect our prize. Again, no challenge at all over here with regard to the regular runs. Stage 5 only should be more than enough. Most people are only getting stuck on the speed trap, which is coming up in another race or two. That's the one that I did a video on. If you want to find out how to easily beat that speed trap, check out my video for this car for the speed trap. You do not even need full stage 5 if you have the fusions. But if you don't have the fusions, even if you have stage 6s, it can be a challenging thing to do for that speed trap, because again, the car's performance is really affected a lot by those fusions on the engine and turbo side, especially for speed trap. So these transmission epics are nice, but it's really the engine and turbo fusions that'll come in play really for that speed trap. Okay, here we go. This one for this car is obviously not that bad. I mean, this is the NSX, which is basically a high top speed car more than anything, and it's fully maxed. So this is not one that I expect anybody to be stuck on. It's really the next speed trap for the Huracan that if you're building it as you play and you don't have a lot of Lamborghini parts, that's going to be a more challenging one. So again, my Lamborghini is full stage 5, missing fusions in trans, body, and tire. I just didn't bother with them because I don't think it's necessary. But other than that, it is basically full fusion up to stage 4 and has the fusions for everything for engine, turbo, and intake for stage 5. And nitrous. Okay, so nitrous doesn't have really any epic fusions, so that won't be much of an issue. So again, here comes the real challenges. That's the last few races are where the developers always put the most challenging races right near the end here, simply because, well, you're about to get done. If they don't challenge you now, it'll be over, right? But at the same time, they want to give you enough of a chance to get this far that you're going to want to finish, and you're going to want to spend that money, get those keys, pull those crates. It's a game design thing. In the end, they will get most people to pull out the wallet because, hey, we want to finish. All right. Okay, so that one was close, but I think the next one, I have the stronger car, and that's going to be a T5 that's not going to be all that fast. So let's get this race over with. So again, no real challenge from these time challenge runs, whether it's the relay or the regular runs, except for that Vuhl run of 10.3 apparently can be pretty challenging for a lot of people. I don't even know what I did there. Don't follow that shift pattern. It was terrible. Okay, I don't even know what I was thinking. I just clicked twice, and then I think I was thinking Porsche rather than Lamborghini, because I was looking at the Porsche on the other side, and I'm trying to shift like I'm driving that car. So ignore that. Ignore that. Okay, so this one I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually demonstrate again what I've shown in my other video, just so you guys know that this is very doable. Okay, so trans stage 5, you can put it to stage 4. Tire, I can put stage 4. Body, I can put stage 4. Nitrous stage 5. No epics, no epics. Okay, so I'm saving my epic fusions here. I put in the engine and the turbo because I know I need them. And the tune, again, I'm going to show you a little differently because this is even weaker than my other car. So I'm going to do 2.90. 2.9, that's 6th gear. And we're going to go again to 5347, 237. Now I can do this and still 232. That'll still make it. So that's not going to really change that much. If you put it anywhere in between, it's fine as well. As long as you're seeing something along 230 and up, you should be able to make that speed trap. So let's go ahead and go make that speed trap. Then I don't have to really retune the car. I can finish the final relay as well. Extreme. Of course it is. And it is extreme. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be cutting it real close because I'm missing certain fusions on top of the parts. So what you're going to want to do is you want to get this car to literally hit right here. Boom. Okay, very tight but doable. Now notice I waited a little bit in 6th gear because I wanted that nitrous to kick in and stay kicked in, but end right before I finished at the end. So this was cutting it super close, but it's doable. Again, no nitrous epic fusion installed, no intake epic fusion installed, and I'm stage 4 on some parts to get that. Alright, let's take a look at that relay. If it doesn't show it as extreme, I should be fine. And I think I should be fine. I have 2 basically max cars in the relay that'll offset the others. Ooh, it is extreme. Ooh. Uh-oh. Alright, do it anyway. Let's see how extreme this gets, because I have 2 cars that are basically maxed out, and it's not full extreme. Again, it's hard to see on here, but on the bottom here, there's only a little bit of the final bar here. That means it is quite doable. And I have a stage 6 I could throw in on the Vuhl if I really screw this up. But without fully maxed at least 1 or 2 cars kind of buffering the relay here, it is rather hard to finish this really strong. Okay, here we go. And 1 down. Now that should possibly move the extreme bar, but it didn't show anything yet. Let's go ahead and race the next one, see if the extreme bar moves to the easier side, or if you screw up really bad, it can move to the harder side. So this car is going to trash my Vuhl, but I should be able to get it done anyway. Okay, we're coming up on the final here. Right, this one's the fast car, so again, don't screw this up and you'll be fine. So I'll be done in 1 second here. That's number 3. Then we got 4 and 5 are not as quick cars, but that should be enough to still get through. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, they didn't even start, so I'm good. And here we go, the final race of Sound of the Wind. Again, if I win this, the prize car is mine. Here we go. Way ahead here. I mean, that other Nissan, that thing comes quick once it gets rolling, but too little too late. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And with that, my friends, the Furai should be mine. Here it is, the Mazda Furai prize car from Sound of the Wind. Looking good, rolling into the garage. Very nice looking car. Very interesting how they were even able to get this car into the game, considering that the only version that was ever created has long since disappeared. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's nice to have this as part of my garage collection. Well, that is the final runs of the Sound of the Wind. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you liked the video, leave a like. if you like my channel and would like to get notifications when I put up videos like this, subscribe, hit the bell, get those notifications. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.